Hello internets! It's Google News Friday. The top 5 news stories from the Google News Australia page and a brief explanation of the news as best as I can do. First, Tony Mockbell gives up his drug assets fortune. Okay, so Tony Mockbell, in extremely brief, is a crime figure associated with the gangland war in Melbourne. He fled the country in a yacht, he was found in Greece, he tried to resist extradition, but the Australian government got him anyway, and now he's pretty much under trial. Last year he pleaded guilty to trafficking a huge amount of drugs. I'm not quite sure where the trial's heading, so next headline. Next headline. NBN users opt for 100 Mbps. Alright, let me explain what the NBN or National Broadband Network is. Excuse me, kind sir, the government is willing to subsidize a project that'll help you get faster internets. What do you say? Give me faster internets as long as it's not too expensive. But then the largest phone company in the country says, hold on a second. That cuts right into the national infrastructure, an infrastructure that we helped build. We can't allow that. You have to share the pie with us or we're not joining. But I want faster internet. Then we're going to be difficult. To be honest, 100 megabits per second is fast. And considering that the bulk of the national broadband network is going to be fiber connection, I want my 100 megabits per second fiber connection at an affordable price. For some reason, faster internet has become a bit of a political issue. The Labour Party, which currently has government, is fully pushing the NBN through. The Liberal Party, and by that I mean the Liberal Party, they're not really that liberal, does not want to go through the NBN, or at least wants to go with a version of the NBN that doesn't put too much pressure on big business. And by big business, we mean the largest telcos in the country. Oh, another benefit of the NBN, the upload speed, about as fast as your download speed. That would make my vlogging upload so much faster. Third headline. Optus to launch federated APAC cloud. Ooh, technobabble. Let me liberate the technobabble from this headline and try to explain it as clearly as I can. So, I have a company that has offices in Sydney, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Not really, but work with me. Optus, the second largest telco in the country, says, we can offer you a service that allows you to store your giant corporate data between Sydney, Singapore, and Hong Kong, and you won't suffer a bit for performance. And I say, take my money. Well, not really, I'd think about it. But as more and more Australian companies take advantage of the fact that there is a growing market in APAC that is Asia Pacific, this is good considering the large amount of data some companies have to store. All right, next headline. Free ATMs for remote community. Yes! This is a good thing. You know how much banks here charge us simply to withdraw money from another ATM that doesn't belong to the bank we bank with? They charge us this much. This is a $2 coin. It doesn't look like much, but the banks make a killing out of charging us ATM fees. I can imagine it's even worse for people out in the country. I mean, you don't really want to give banks any more than they're already charging you. And it's not fair to say to people who live in the country, you're screwed because you bank with someone else based on your personal preference, and the only ATM in town belongs to a different bank, so we'll charge you. Final headline. Yahoo seeks to shake up search plus web browsing. What, really? Really? So it's called Axis. And I haven't actually tried it yet, so it's not fair for me to give my opinion on it until I've tried it. How about I take a rain check on this and give my report on a Monday, And that's Google News Friday for this week. Moving on to other news. This is the other news. I don't have room in my hard drive to play this. And I want to play it to free up disk space, which is currently being taken over by videos. I'm just curious if you vlog, how exactly do you take care of all of the videos you have left over? Not really from editing, but just all the stuff you have left over. Do you just toss that off somewhere? Maybe I should get a new hard drive. And then finally, Eurovision! Yeah, I know, you probably have an opinion of what Eurovision is. And for those of you who don't know what Eurovision is, so basically every year, before reality TV and the idol pop shows came along, Europe decided to have a, hey, let's promote every one of our countries and the talents that they can bring by having a song competition every year. And I could go into an entire video about that, but I'm not going to. Short to say, it's a fair test of your endurance if you're a music junkie. It's really camp and 80% of the songs are but there are a few good songs that stick out and they permanently get added to my music collection. So I've been thinking about Eurovision because this year's Eurovision is in Baku in Azerbaijan. Those who don't know where Azerbaijan is, look for the Caspian Sea, then Russia, Georgia, Armenia, and Iran. Azerbaijan's in the middle. And the capital of Azerbaijan is Baku. And Baku just happens to be the largest city in the Caucasus. I was watching the news recently and I saw videos of people being forcibly evicted from their houses. And those houses just happen to be near the hall where the Eurovision Song Contest is taking place. The country is oil rich and the family is known for being oppressive to dissenters. and they have a human rights abuse record. Azerbaijan, I mean, although you could make the same argument for the Eurovision Song Competition. So this year in particular, I'm watching Eurovision with kind of mixed feelings, because Eurovision is such a big festival and it brings people in from all over Europe and beyond. I mean, there's a huge following here in Australia for Eurovision. And at the same time, there are glaring problems in Azerbaijan, and they're sweeping the issues under the carpet to show the country off for Eurovision. And I'm not sure I agree with that. So I wonder, and I want to post this question out to you guys. Please give me a response. Do you think people are, or they should be, thinking about what's really going on in Azerbaijan while they're in Baku? Or do you think that going there simply for the Eurovision Song Competition doesn't warrant any sort of responsibility or afterthought about what's going on in the country they visit? I mean, without a doubt, Eurovision is the world's largest song competition, and it has a huge following. I don't know whether or not the fact that it is Eurovision allows us to turn a blind eye to the happenings in Azerbaijan. So please let me know your thoughts. Thanks very much for the comments on the last video. I really appreciated that. And guys, I hope you have a really good weekend, Eurovision or no. You will see me on Monday. Have a great time. See ya! Soon, my lovely beaker, you shall be filled.